I want you to ask yourself something. How much time have you wasted today scrolling? I'm going to make an assumption and say that you've already been scrolling for hours today. You probably picked up the phone as soon as you woke up and started scrolling. You probably were scrolling when you were eating breakfast, when you were on the toilet, when you were walking somewhere, when you were in school or in work, when you were resting, when you were in the gym. Basically, scrolling any opportunity to scroll. But let me tell you the truth. Doom scrolling is ruining your life. It's stealing your time, ruining your mental health, and turns you from a creator, someone who uses creativity and ambition to create something amazing, to a consumer who's wasting his life consuming everyone else's creation. Whilst you're watching meaningless content, your real life is passing you by. If you don't break free from this doom scrolling trap, you'll wake up one day and realize you wasted your entire life watching other people live theirs. Now let me quickly put this into perspective for you. The average person spends over 4 hours per day on their phone, with a lot of that time being spent scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all those social media apps. That's probably about the same amount of time that you spend scrolling every day, isn't it? Some days will be higher, some days will be lower, but around that. That's 28 hours a week. More than one whole day gone per week. That's 1,456 hours per year wasted. Nearly 2 full months of your life every single year. If you spend 4 hours a day scrolling, you'll spend years of your life scrolling by the time that you reach 30 or 40 years old. Just think of the amount you could have done, you could have achieved with that time. What you could have accomplished in those years. You could have built a muscular body that made you proud and made you more attractive to women. You could have learned so many skills that you'd never be broke again and would have literally fuck you money. You could have learned languages, traveled to different countries, become amazing at a new sport, built your dream life. Basically, you could have done all the things that you think that you can't do because you don't have enough time. But instead of doing that, you were distracted by memes, influencer drama that you don't really care about, and content that gives you nothing in return. Just waste your time. And the thing is, you don't even remember most of the videos you watch. It's just brain rot. And the worst part is that you don't even enjoy scrolling. You feel like shit after scrolling for hours. Scrolling doesn't make you happy. You don't laugh or smile when you're scrolling. You just stare at your phone with a blank, emotionless stare. Mouth breathing for hours on end. The most you'll do when you're scrolling, if you find something really, really funny, is doing this. That's it. That small amount of noise is if you find something extremely hilarious. You don't enjoy scrolling. It makes you feel unmotivated, stuck, and empty. Now, whilst it's not going to be easy to quit scrolling, or at least reduce it significantly, here are some of the ways that I've used to escape doom scrolling and stop wasting my life. Now, whilst it won't be easy, nothing meaningful or worthwhile is easy. It won't be easy to stop spending hours on your phone when you're so used to doing that, when you're almost addicted to doing that. However, making that difficult choice will improve your life significantly. So let's get on to the actionable advice on how to stop scrolling. Now, the most important thing you need to do is delete the apps that you spend hours scrolling on. That solves your problem of scrolling too much immediately, doesn't it? If you can't stop yourself from scrolling or control the amount of time that you're on your phone, the best thing you can do is remove the temptation by deleting these apps. You now cannot waste hours scrolling because you don't have the app to scroll. Your problem is solved. But if you're thinking that, oh, but I need to check my messages on Instagram, or I need to go see my friends' posts or their stories, you can still use social media on your computer or on the internet browser on your phone, as you're less likely to spend hours and hours scrolling when you're using the web browser. By deleting the app, you're making it so much more difficult to scroll, which gives your brain the opportunity the time to stop itself from scrolling and stop wasting hours of your life. One of the main pieces of advice to stop yourself from scrolling is to set up a screen time limit that puts a limit on the amount of time that you can use social media. However, I don't believe that this works as well as simply being more disciplined. Discipline is the ability to do the work when you don't want to. However, it's also the ability to not do the fun, easy thing that you want to do. It's deciding not to watch porn, deciding not to eat junk food, not to scroll on TikTok, because you know that it will just make you miserable in the long term, even if it's fun, satisfying, and comfortable right now. When you're disciplined, you can stop yourself from going on social media to scroll, even if you really, really, really want to scroll, because you know that you'll end up spending hours scrolling and will end up ruining your day because of it. When you have the discipline to stop yourself, you won't need to rely on all these apps that put screen time limits or stop you from doing it. Now, I want you to ask yourself one thing. What am I avoiding? People scroll because they're escaping their problems. They scroll as a means of escape and to distract themselves. Just like people who drink to drown their sorrows. Whenever I have an essay that I need to write or I need to study for an exam, my temptation to scroll increases because it's a distraction from me worrying about the exam or having to study. It's a way of procrastinating. So find out what you're trying to escape from, what you're trying to distract yourself from, and make progress towards fixing it. You don't need to solve the problem immediately, but at least take steps to fix it. And the temptation for you to spend hours scrolling will go down by so much. So now you stop scrolling entirely, or at least you significantly reduced it. You now have so much more free time on your hands. What do you do now? If you've ever wanted to do something, you wanted to go to the gym and build a muscular body, you wanted to learn a language, you wanted to take up a hobby, start a sport, build a business, but you could never do it because you just didn't have enough time. Well, now you have more than enough time to do that stuff. Replace scrolling with something meaningful, something that makes you happy, something that improves your life, something that brings you closer to achieving your goals and living your dream life. Literally, sitting in your room and staring at the wall is probably going to be more healthy than scrolling on your phone. So literally anything that you replace it with is probably going to be an upgrade. Every hour you waste scrolling is an hour that you could have spent building your dream life. Imagine where you could be 1 year from now if you use your time wisely. You'd be stronger, smarter, richer, happier. Or in the exact same place, still scrolling. The choice is yours. But remember, nobody ever looked back at their life and wished they spent more time on their phone. No one ever looked back and said, oh, I wish I spent more hours on TikTok. I wish I spent more time scrolling on social media. I really regret that. No, they don't regret just wasting their life doom scrolling. Now, if you liked the video and you got value from it and you've learned how to stop wasting your life by doom scrolling, please like the video. And if you want to support your self-improvement journey, you want to learn how to improve your life and become healthy, become happy in every aspect of your life, please subscribe to the channel. And I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Woo!